Hey guys, I just wanted to showcase this. I think it's so awesome and so cool, so I just thought I'd share it. For those who know, I've been basically creating like an app. It's based off of one of my favorite apps that I had. I actually had a buddy out here in the Bay who was actually creating an app, and it was called moviebot. And I made a lot of different animations for it, had a lot of different ideas for it, but apparently legal stuff happened with his app and his company and stuff like that, and he had to basically shut everything down. So because that IP was basically there and stuff like that, he was like, bruh, I really hope that somebody makes something like this or whatever. And obviously he knew I didn't have any coding experience, so it was just wasn't gonna happen. So that was like 2 years ago. And for whatever reason, the other day I just had an idea. I was like, bruh, what if I use AI to basically like code something? And so I tried it. And this is me after 7 days so far. So I just called it briefly Tag Animator. I don't really know what I want to call it, if anything. Probably just this, but yeah, I mean, this is super cool, very intuitive. I have AI over here doing some other stuff for me, so I basically just tell it what I need it to do. A lot of times I'm very technical when it comes to AI, like prompting and stuff. So I like most of the time I know exactly what I want, so I basically like write paragraphs like essays to AI and basically gets it done. I think that's the only way you should be talking to your AI. But it does work. So let me show you. Let me walk you through. So this is Tag Animator, animation for everything. I've actually wanted to do an app like this for a while, um, and I just didn't have the funds to do it. So that's the main reason why I just knew I could do it. I just didn't have any money to do so, and I was like, bruh, I guess I'm never gonna get this idea off the ground. But now I think it's possible. It's so crazy. So let me show you. You enter in here. This is gonna say animate, right, or animate now or something like that. So I will change this. I've been meaning to, but um, I just didn't want to touch my beautiful intro with all the little sparklies and stuff. So you get into something like this, and people who basically have used MovieBot will probably know what this screen is. So essentially, it's a lot like MovieBot in the sense of like the UI and the future UI, just as like a template. I might edit it a lot more from now, but this is just bare bones, so that way it's easy just to get the setup going. And see that everything's working, all the functionalities there, and then the UI can change and all the other stuff. So, for now, this is good. Like I said, none of this is on mobile yet. Everything's just on PC, just so that way I can get things going. So here you basically have the dialog box. So what you can do is you can go ahead and basically type a small scene. You could be very detailed or you could be very lax, just like how MovieBot was. So I could say, I don't know, tag um, is debating a chimp, a chimp that keeps arguing in monkey language, and tag gets frustrated because he obviously doesn't understand, right? So there you go. That's the scene. And then you have your characters right under here. You can also, let me just copy. So you reuse last is like if you get out of the app and basically come back, it will remember all the settings that you put last time. As long as you make an animation last time or you do a generation, if you go ahead and you click reuse last, it will reuse your last animation. If you click clear all, it will go ahead and clear everything in here, right? Cool. Then you have here the characters. So you basically have just are just template characters for now. There's going to be like actual like 3D characters and stuff in the future. But this is, like I said, just bare bones so that way we can kind of, figure out what we need to do here. So I'm going to do Alex and then we'll do Drew. And then you can go ahead and rename your character as well. So you could just double click here and you can be like tag, right? Um, for now, you just want to match your characters up here, like here. So you just basically want to put like whoever's gonna be tag, you can put tag, and then whoever's gonna be chimp, Or you could say like Larry the chimp, or you could say I'll say Carl the chimp. So what you want to do here is like just put like named Carl, so that way the AI knows um that the chimp's name is Carl, and then this is Carl, and then it's a chimp. So yeah. Okay, and then voices, we haven't gotten there yet. Obviously, you don't want to have voices until everything else is functional. Worlds, again, this is just template stuff for the future. Still a lot to do. Then you have your duration, which is whether you want a 15-second short, a medium long animation, which is like 30 seconds or so, 25 to 30 seconds, and then long is going to be like 55 to 60 seconds. So 15, 30, or 60. You can choose your layout. So I usually always go landscape, but you can go portrait or square. 1080, 20, this is going to be the resolution that you're able to save in. Cam mode, this is basically going to be the behavior of the camera. So essentially, do you want all your shots to be action or shaky? Do you want, is it going to be like somebody looking at the screen like a one person shot and he's having like a monologue, or is it going to be a mix of shots? It could be a mix of both of these. The AI will decide on this. Basically, this is basically saying all the shots are going to be static or all the shots are going to be action. Watermark, that's going to be in the future. This is basically just a for the future, like when there is like more, like way more polish on it and stuff like that, then most of these will have a watermark, and then you just pay a small fee to basically unwatermark it. Dev mode, that's really for me. This basically allows like a test scene to pull up so that I can see exactly what's been changed, or just get around like AI stuff. So that's specifically for me. It's not going to be in the full model or whatever, or there will be a way to get to it, be like a secret way, but for now, dev mode's on there. Random seed is cool. If you have, it's not super precise, so you can't like remake the exact same thing. That's going to be more of a export your entire script. Is going to be the main way to basically do this. But if you like the mood, right? If you like the mood of like your scene and stuff like that, you can go here and basically like copy this script, and it'll basically use the same type of mood or vibe as what you had here. That's going to be like the seed type, but it can still vary and be different. So obviously, like this isn't going to be like, okay, somebody had like a really good animation or whatever, I want to copy that same one. You wouldn't do that. The way you would do that is there's going to be another feature or something like that in the future where you could basically like copy the exact same like script and everything like that, and then use that to basically like if somebody were to share that animation out or whatever, it would have like a shareable link if you wanted to basically use that same animation style or something like that. Or like that would be good for like collaborations or whatever. Like if, for example, if I started adding more link to this or whatever, you guys could start making like collabs and stuff like that off of that. So it could be really cool. But for right now, this is just a mood thing. So if I go ahead and change this, then obviously the system knows that it's a custom seed. So now it's basically going to use that custom seed. You have fast mode here, which is basically just this whole menu and stuff. Coming soon is going to be like a custom mode to basically just start everything from scratch in the scenes. I don't know if that's needed. A lot of people from moviebot know exactly what this is, but we'll see. Might not even need this. It might just be like this. These might not even be needed down here, to be honest. Then animate now, which is the fun part. So I'm just gonna click that really quick and see what happens. You can see right now, the dialogue right now is just that it's basically going to the AI model to basically get the script, but this will change in the future. This is just for debugging purposes, and then you have it loading everything, and then you basically have the scene here. So I don't get it, Carl. You're just repeating the same phrase over and over, Carl. Come on, Carl, you're not even making sense. This is ridiculous. Can't you just speak English for once? I'm done. Just forget you said anything. So, okay, that's me doing the dialogue. Obviously, there's no sound or anything yet. Obviously, that's the next stage of this. But you could see that there's already like camera like motions. They're not precise because I do not want to do more precise actions and stuff like that until like um the main stuff is done. Obviously, this edit bar is a little bit off and stuff like that, but it's a work in progress. This edit will actually be more centered. You have your seed right here, so you can, like I said, you can copy this. If you get a random seed and then you get the animation and you like it, you could basically just copy the seed. Seed phrase will probably, I might just put it at the top left instead of down here in the corner, but we'll see. You could also replay your animation, so if you wanted to like view it again, you could basically replay it. You could pause it in a certain place, so it'll just pause it, right? Actually, pausing may not work. It says it's paused, but it's not actually paused. So that's a bug. But anyways, but yeah, so you can just basically replay your scene again. I actually don't know if I'm curious if it's actually gonna replay again. Oh yeah, you can. Okay, cool. So yeah, you could just keep replaying your scenes, blah blah blah. Cool. And yeah, for the most part, I mean that's what you get. I do want to show you guys portrait mode as well, so I'm gonna let this just run because I think that there's still, well, we could just do this. See if portrait mode has bug. We'll go to short, we'll go to portrait mode, and we'll just see if it's bugged. Sometimes it used to bug, but it shouldn't now. Let me see. So this is portrait mode. It basically just gives you a different ratio or whatever. And yeah, it didn't bug. Cool. So you could see that it's basically just a new scene, different seed, because it basically like redoes like it's a whole new seed now. So, or it might be the same seed, but essentially it gives you like a similar vibe to it. So like, for example, and I'm gonna try to tighten down on seeds, but essentially like if you had like, I don't know, something that was like pretty good as far as like the vibe, but it just wasn't like, you needed to tweak it just a little bit more. That's basically where the C comes from, right? That's what you could do there. But there's gonna be a lot more fine tuning that you can do if you want to copy something, or if you want to change it up a little bit, or get a certain like tweak it a little bit, then you can. Again, you can always come back up here and then be like, I don't know, very serious conversation. You can always like edit. You can always like add more stuff. You can also, the other cool thing is you could be like tag, and then you could say like, hello, chimp, chimp. And then you can like have like Carl like looking, what the fuck? I'm not a chimp. Ho. And then you can have like tag. So like there should, oh, this should work. And then Carl. I don't know if this actually works. I haven't tested like full on like script like things, but it should. So we're just gonna put that in and just see what pops up. It should use that in some sort of way. I don't know if it's exact or what. I don't know if it's gonna finish it or not, but we'll see. It should though. Yeah, see? Hello, chimp. What the fuck? Not a chimp. Bitch, what? Yeah, so you can do stuff like that, so that way you can have like more, you can have a little bit more precision, or you could be like two guys, drunk at a bar, right? You could do that too, and then like I said, it should produce two guys. So like you have so much flexibility with this. Show you this last one, this last example. Yeah, see? Dude, you're not even making sense anymore. What's wrong, man? You're not having fun. I am having fun. Just observe the absurdity, y'all. Oh, come on, now you're not. So there's parts where it's a little too fast too. So I'll try to like fix that. There's a little bit bugs or whatever, but this is where I've gotten in 7 days. So I can't wait to see where I get in the next 7 days. And yeah, it's been good. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.